UK economy grew by 0.2% in August, according to the Office for National Statistics. The newly released GDP figures show a slow return to growth.
So we're going from a tree to GDP. Danni Hewson is the head of financial analyst at AJ Bell. I don't know what that means. And can not only tell us what the figures are, but explain in very basic layperson's terms. Did you like what I did there? What the hell's GDP and who cares, Danni? Put it in layperson's terms, please.
So GDP is gross domestic product, and to put it in layperson's terms, it is a health check of the economy. So it tracks the activity of all businesses, all of us, and government spending as well. And in a nutshell, we want the GDP figure to be going into positive territory, because that means the economy is growing. When the economy is growing, more jobs are created, pay goes up, taxes go up, and everybody is happy. Except at the moment, what we want is Goldilocks. We want it not too hot, not too cold, because if it gets too hot, that means the Bank of England has more work to do in terms of raising interest rates.
I understood that. I genuinely understood. Again,
thank you so much.
So is this... You know, a lot of people, 12 months to an election, they're listening to Starmer. We try and do it normally on this show. They've listened to the Tories and they may be wondering about, well, I think they'll always wonder about the pound in their pocket. People will say, there's not going to be another mortgaging rate. We had 14 rises, but we're OK. To the great British public, right? Is it good news? Is there good things on the horizon, Danni? Yes or no? Doesn't look like it is. Look at the face.
No, I'm afraid it doesn't look like there is good news on the horizon, because although we did see a rise in economic activity in August, a lot of that is down to the fact that the weather was kind of meh and we didn't see as much industrial action. But remember, September, we've just been through it. We did see industrial action. We did see quite a lot of rainfall as well. So I think sort of as we head towards the back end of the year, most economists are saying that we are not out of the woods. We've been talking about potential for recession for a long time. A lot of economists say we're already in it. We're just waiting for the technicalities to catch up.
Danni, so we've got this 0.2% growth announced today. Is this the sort, thank you, is this the sort of thing that Rishi Sunak and his government will claim as something that they are responsible for, or is it something that they've got absolutely nothing to do with?
Well, look, the fact that we have got growth at all when we have all of these issues coming at us, we've still got inflation, which is troubling us all. You know, when we go to the supermarket, we're still going, ouch. We still have interest rates hikes, which haven't impacted many people yet. We've got millions of households that haven't seen their fixed rates go up. So the fact that we have a tiny bit of growth is something that, yes, the government will point to say we are doing the right thing. However, of course, when you look further down the track, I think it is impossible for Rishi Sunak to say that his promise that we would have growth throughout this year will actually come true. So I think there's a number of those promises which he made at the start of the year that he's now beginning to really worry about.
Danni Hewson in Huddersfield, I'm loving this because it actually makes sense, because I know we genuinely laugh, us two, right? Because I remember doing my first ever show on Talk and the wonderful Justin Smith in his braces came on, and I didn't understand a word he was saying, because I do think, and this is what I say all the time, I do think people the length and breadth of this country, they look at the pound in their pocket, they read cost of living crisis, as you quite rightly say, 14 mortgage rate, rise increase. You go to the supermarket, everything's gone through the roof, and in your own little bubble, it's just about what you can afford to get through your life. And, you know, you hear economists speak. We need something positive, don't we? We really do.
We do need something positive, and we are seeing inflation start to slow. That doesn't mean that prices are coming down. It just means they're not going up by as much. But that is clearly a good thing for a lot of people. We know people are managing just about to buy the things that they need to buy. The question, of course, for a lot of people now is, how will the current geopolitical tensions that are happening in the Middle East impact the oil price? Will inflation start to keep coming down the way it has been doing? And when will we start to really feel that? We know wages have grown. We know inflation is coming down. It's sort of that balancing act now when we start to go to that supermarket and think, I can put another thing in my basket, and that will be a big change for people.
Before you go, Danni Hewson, and by the way, you can come on any time from Huddersfield. Delighted to have you on the show this morning. Do you consider yourself working class?
I consider myself middle class, but my husband considers himself working class, and most of my family is working class. So,
well, you are my new monetary mega person, because you made sense. Danni, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you, Danni.